Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I'm Gypsy Girl, here to give you another lesson for today. Just want to be grateful for the energy that I can come to my deck, bring out a lesson for you. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting me, keeping me safe, for protecting the collective, keeping us safe. What is the lesson for today? Thank you, Spirit. What is the lesson for today? What is it that we need to learn today? The lesson for today. Again, that victory. Focusing on victory. Change. With that Seven of Pentacles showing itself. We have a Seven of Swords that's in reversed. Interesting. It's a suggestion that mind games are not being played, or that the inner turmoil is turning itself around where that victory is concerned. What is the lesson for today? See, that victory is it really is dependent on your situation. If you are to be victorious in what you are trying to do or change in your life, it goes either way, but it does come with the transformation card, meaning that inner growth is happening, that change, your life is changing, or you want to change your life. The inner turmoil in itself, we have the Tower. So we have the Emperor. We have the Moon, the secrets, or the moon phases, bringing in the balance of healing with the moon, with that intuition, intuitively working with bringing in the balance of healing, bringing down the Tower, new relationship. Making changes to have a new relationship. So we have the stages of checking out and creating a new one, you starting over with the same person. It really depends on your situation, how that, because it is a card of forgiveness, that Princess. Oh my goodness, we're getting all kinds of messages here. So we have the Ace of Wands, where that communication with the King is very emotional. And the Queen and the King, more Queens and Kings showing up. So it's a question of changing personality-wise, Kings, Queens. We have emotional Kings with a fiery Queen, with a fiery King. Communication, talking with it's emotional conversation for making changes, lots of communication. You see it. And then the Devil shows up to say there is obsession that is to be blocked, or there is too much of something needs to be stopped. It's the transitioning, eh? It's the, when you walk through the darkness, we're literally walking through the stages with these lessons. And then we have the manifestation and then healing. So we're healing that inertia, we're changing, we're manifesting because we want something different. We want to go off and explore and have a new sense of communication, romantic communication, or having a good time and finding new romance in some cases. I mean, you take it as it resonates. If you're trying to get into a relationship, like you want a relationship and you keep falling on types where you don't get, the relationship doesn't take off, that is what you want to change. You want to change the way that you communicate, how you want to get into a relationship. If it is that you're asking for particular things from the universe in a relationship, you might want to rethink what it is you really want, because you're getting more of the same as far as those cards coming up show. And we have the truth with self-love, reciprocity. Again, this is 6 and a 4 is a broken 10, so it's fractured. And then there's the 4 of Swords for healing and the 3 of Wands for walking away. So the walking away would be the healing, the truth about the self, the truth about what you want, about that self-love, giving it to yourself even, is the healing process and healing conversation. Okay, let's see where this goes. Thank you, Spirit. What is the lesson for today? What is the collective need to learn today? So we have all kinds of little messages. Take it as it resonates. If it fits your situation, then I do thank you for your subscribes, your likes, and your shares. Again, the Tower just popped out with Justice. So the Tower coming down is justified, and there is a 10 of Cups for a completion, whether it is in a relationship or to have a relationship or to end a relationship. There's a completion where the Prince is taking on a new approach to a new start, a fresh start. The truth begins afresh, where the Prince is offering up his time, his energy for this Queen, so he could have and complete and have his love like he wants. See, the Prince here is reaching up to the Queen, offering her all of his hard work to get to the end and say, okay, we have all the love. It's overflowing with love here, which is justified when the Tower comes down. The truth. It's all about the truth. When you speak your truth, you shake the earth for some. Okay, so we'll just do one more and see what this lesson is today. Thank you, Spirit, protecting us, keeping us all safe. What is the lesson? The 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is showing up as the lesson. So the burden. It's a big burden, this 10. This is accumulation. It's the end. It's finished. No more. Let's see how this sits. Spread over. Noticed I had a lot more room the other day. Okay. 10 of Wands. So bringing down the Tower. Well, it could mean that it's the end. It's an ending. It's that fire, that passion for I've done enough. I don't want to do any more of that. And that was, enough. need to put it down, need to dig deep inside and see where your portion of the weight is concerned. If you are carrying the weight of others, carrying another's burden, or many others, this is where you discern what is yours, what is your responsibility for having accumulated all of these experiences. The lesson, well, the card in itself means that it is an ending. Passion is brought itself to burn itself out. Because of wanting so much more and carrying on and being determined and not letting go and fighting in battles that you may not have needed to fight in. You're recognizing now from looking back that I didn't need to fight this one, or this wasn't my responsibility, but I took it on anyway. And you start reckoning. This is where the discernment sets and takes hold, because you recognize either by the weight of the load, or you recognize that there is a load that is heavy. Either way, the lesson in here is to put the load down, because to want to carry more, we've come to the end, you see. And this end is usually where we reach the point of, well, I've arrived, I'm home, this is where I want to be. For some. For others, you're just standing in the middle of nowhere with no hope, because you're not able to look up and see, because of the weight that you're carrying is making you bow down and not able to see that you can, or that you're almost at the end, and all that you would have to do is put down the load. Again, it is an ending. Something has to come to an end when this card shows up. And if it is that the passion has burnt out, the desire to go on is no more, or the desire is still there, but we recognize that the way that we're going about getting what we want is not bringing in what we want, so we must change, we must stop, we must put down, we must stop doing what we're doing in the way that we're doing and make a change, because from the 10 comes the 1. We get to start over. Whether we feel that we have failed completely and we've burnt everything to the ground, or we are burning everything to the ground because we want a new beginning. It can go either way. Yeah? Let's see what the tool is. That intuition. So following that passion through intuition, that sense of direction. I know which way to go. I know what I need to do. Seeing through all of this accumulated experiences, seeing through and understanding and recognizing where you've been, what you've done, and how you come to be in this position of an ending. It's being recognized. This is the tool. Spirit is saying to us, you can see, you take a step back, put down the burden, take a look at all of what has happened, and in doing that, you elevate the next move, where you get to free yourself, because it comes to the end, regardless if we're happy at the end or we're not. That's irrelevant. The point is that we've come to the end of a certain line or a certain journey, and that experience has now shown us that we can make the change. We can see through what is our responsibility, what is not our responsibility, where the burden really lies. Here, this is what we can see because of all of the accumulation. So the tool is within ourselves to help us reach for that ace, to reach for that new beginning, to see that there is a new beginning, to follow that intuition, for that emotional sense of what I need, what I don't need, what I want, and what I don't want, and go in that direction to getting it because of these experiences. Interesting that it is a higher arcana that is bringing us to take the next step intuitively. It's a natural ending when we look here. It has to come to an end. Whatever it is in your situation, it must end. Nothing can keep going on forever and ever and ever. Something that you have had enough of, or have had many experiences with, or just your drive, your decision to stop, to start, to continue, to change, to move on. It's all related here. And the intuition is your compass, the moon, that sense of knowing. I know which way to go from here. That's what would come to understand the lesson of putting down the burden, the lesson in I want to burn down whatever it is in your situation. Intuitively, you come to recognize it is the end. There is nowhere else to go but in another direction when it comes to the tool and the burden that we are carrying. So what is Spirit doing? Well, we're walking away. Spirit is saying, you're going to leave. This is intuitively leaving. We need to go. We need to walk away from the burden. It is the only way to move on, is to move on, leave. That intuition, searching for those two cups, because what we had didn't give us what we are looking for. And we've had too many experiences that have burdened emotionally. It's burdened us emotionally, so that we now have to walk away. That's what Spirit is giving us, that notion of, well, it's not here what I want, so I'm going to go looking for it somewhere else. That intuition is the tool that says, yeah, you need to finish this, you need to put this down, you need to walk away from this. And that's what's happening here. Spirit is giving us all of that drive, that passion to keep going, to keep looking. In a natural sense. It's a natural phenomenon that we have had enough. We know when we've had enough. We know when it's time to put down the load and say, okay, this is not mine. I don't want this. I'm walking away. And we're doing it naturally. So what is the gift? If we have to leave, what is the gift? Well, we're going with more cups, and it is in the dissatisfaction. We're leaving dissatisfied. Oh boy. So the gift in itself is to have that loss we have behind the scenes here, the 12. We're walking towards more of the same. And that's what we want to walk away from, but we're heading that way because intuitively this is to heal. This is going on behind the scenes. You see, intuitively we're leaving. because of the I don't want this anymore. That's what Spirit is saying. This gift. Because it is a healing, yeah? This healing, getting to the point where I don't want this. I don't want it. I'm not satisfied with what I keep getting. I keep getting dissatisfaction, and it has become a burden. You see, we go back to the loop. It has become a burden. So naturally, Spirit is pruning and shaping us to be able to discern better. Because look at all of the experience that we've had. It's too much. Naturally, we walk away from it. And in doing that, we get to heal by, realizing that the relationships that we have had, so many of, are all the same. They're all the same. Maybe that's the lesson in itself, is to realize that it doesn't matter what relationship you get into, you will feel the same about it because of how you feel about yourself. If you are not satisfied with what you have, then Spirit will find a way to teach you to change how you behave in a relationship. Because if you keep treating all your relationships the same, they're all going to end up the same way. You're going to keep walking away. There's something that you need to change about yourself to stop that dissatisfaction. But the gift in itself is to have that dissatisfaction. I don't know if you see what I mean here. And there it is, the bottom of the deck, going off into smooth waters and healing. You see, that, again, this is behind the scenes when these two cards pull up together, because we have 8 and 2 is 10, and then the 2 here make 12. So that 12 is hidden. That is Spirit doing all the work behind us. We cannot see, like in the moon. We cannot see what is going on. But in itself, the way we feel, that dissatisfaction, I don't want. This is another relationship that's just going to be the same. I don't want. They're all the same. That sense needs to be recognized here. How many experiences have you had with relationships that always turn out to be the same? It's when you really need to look within and say, I need to change something in my life. I mean, those messages that were coming up earlier. Let's see what we have going on here. So we have those messages coming up earlier. Bring in that suggestion where the devil himself showed up and showed us that this is too much. You see? More of the same. That inertia, that boredom. Because not being in a relationship is dissatisfying. You want to be in a relationship, but then you get into the relationship, things go awry, and you end up being burdened and walking away from the relationship in itself. But you need to see why that happens. Why is Spirit giving us this dissatisfaction? It's for the lesson of understanding what a burden really is, because we're burdened by the dissatisfaction. And it is in going within and following our intuition that we realize the healing and find peace, mental peace, because it is in our thoughts that we bring in these passionate experiences of wanting to be in a relationship, of that inner turmoil of, I don't want this anymore, I don't want that, I want something different, all of that. And then we have the 9 of Wands coming in here with the 14. This is a huge healing happening here. You see, Spirit again bringing us to that place of, okay, take it easy in the head here. Take it easy, because the burden in itself is what will free us eventually, because we have to put it down. And then there's that confusion, healing, because we have the healing here. Again, with more healing. This is being guided. This is naturally guiding us towards, this is spirit guiding, healing, okay? This is spirit healing, mixing and turning it into, okay, we got to figure it out within to get that peace from within. And then when we get that peace from within, then we can heal and sever the tie, or heal and choose what we really want, because we have 7 and then we have 4 that make 11. So this is a portal. So the healing will open up that possibility to sever because of the burden. We have to remember there's the burden here, and it is usually when we are confused in a relationship and we've had too much of the confusion that, you know, we more for commitment. So here it is now. And then we have the Hermit. There's more healing. So we have another 9. We have a 9 here. We have a 9 there. So this healing of a commitment, and then we have another 9 here, fractured. Again, that satisfaction in commitment, with a commitment that is healing, because we need to heal. We are healing. I mean, this is the healing time. This is what September is all about. September brings in this Hermit, represents the shift, that spreading out and reaping what we spread out. You know, what you give out. If you give confusion, then you're going to receive confusion. If you want to heal a confused relationship, then you need to walk away from a certain mindset, from the burden of that repetition, the way you treat the relationships. Because healing, the leaving, you see here we have this going on here with healing is leaving, okay? Having had too much of confusion in a commitment, because it is a commitment, whether it is confused or not, you're in that and you're looking for that peace that is the goal that we've been looking forward to since last, how many months now? Well, it's weeks, it's not months, but still it is the next step to get to that sense of freedom, where your mind is free, and you can heal easily, or you can spread with healing. You can just give your healing or be healed naturally. Again, this is High Arcana, and Spirit is giving us all of this know-how and making us able to go forward, because this is a forward movement. This is a forward movement. Here we get stuck. Here, this is where we're pulling and tugging and fighting. Always severing the ties, because Spirit says you are leaving. You're leaving a confused commitment and you're going off to be healed. And we're going to leave it on the 9, because it is a culmination. And it is choice. This is choosing to put down the burden, or choosing to burn everything, because you want to destroy the confusion, because you're bored with it. You want to just shift. You want to get away from a confused engagement, a confused commitment, a confused sense of belonging, where I don't know if I really want to be in this, because I keep getting this relationship. I got to get out of here. I need to heal. I am tired of this. Is too heavy. Very negative is where it's coming from, because it's a burden. This is what a burden is. And then to put down the burden is to be healed. That is, well, this is the healing in itself, is to put down the burden. But you must free your mind. You must free your mind before you can free your body. Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message for this lesson? Wanting to heal a confused state of commitment or a confused relationship. That's what needs to take place. That's what is wanting to happen when the burden comes. But either way, just so you know that this is an ending. This is the process of how the ending, going into that smooth water, is coming about. It takes the drive, that passion to walk away from whatever it is that you just don't want anymore, and say, I don't want this. I'm changing the way I deal with relationships. Looking at these cards here, the way I deal with a relationship, I want to heal that because of the confusion in the commitment that I am in or want to get into. I want to heal that. That is what this all represents by Spirit saying you need to leave. It's going to heal. If you're concerned with the choice of leaving, don't take this as, well, okay, I'm going to go leave because the cards all say to leave. You fit into your situation. Leaving the commitment because of the fact that it is a burden is most likely the best thing for you. But is that your situation? Are you in a predicament where leaving is your only option because of the confusion? If there is confusion in your relationship, how are you going to heal that other than leaving the situation? If you've already left and you're bored with being, the search is turning out to be, this is not what I want to have, I'm tired of looking, every time I look this is what I find, and it turns into confusion state, and I don't want. Then you change your circle, you change where you are, who you're hanging with. Burden. What is the burden in your life? Where are you at now with what burdens you? Are you able to see that you can release that burden? Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message? See, manifestation. What do you want? Knowing what you want, and the gift is in, I don't want this. So the gift is, you know what you don't want because you're leaving. Well, now you need to focus again, whether you're going to burn it down or bring in more passion, but recognize your passion, where your passion is. You know, what is natural for you. The moon here. That's where your manifestation comes in. And being able to mix and mash and create. See, this manifestation is like the magician here. But this is Spirit's work. This is not us doing it. Spirit is working through us, giving us that intuition to be able to heal and walk away from what no longer serves us, what it is that we are fed up with, what we don't want around us anymore because of confusion in a relationship, in a commitment. Spirit is giving us that possibility to manifest a new, again, turning this 10 into a 1 or an ace. There it is. Standing up for what you want, fighting for what you believe in, and having that vision to see ahead and go forward and see, I don't want that in my next relationship. I'm going to go off and heal and get away from the confusion. because she is the warrior. See this, the wounded warrior here is being strengthened and healed by spirit. You see, so that that we or you, whoever is in the position of leaving your partner or yourself, they can move on with that strength to get away from the confusion, or see and face this confusion and heal it, to bring in a relationship. The power of the maiden. This is where you demand what is yours and take back what was taken. Reclaim until you've gathered all of you. So you're putting that effort in and you're seeing it, creating that love spell and having the abundance. You see, going into what you know is your sense of community, your sense of belonging, your sense of ceremony, whether you pray or you meditate or you just sit quietly with a cup of tea and just do nothing, or whatever makes you happy. This is where you need to claim that, because the only thing that, when I say the only thing, what triggers all of this is the fact that somebody is leaving, whether it is you or your partner. Somebody has to leave the situation because it is too much to bear. It is too much. And the only answer is to leave. And in doing that, you or the partnership, the other person, will reclaim who they are and stand up and be themselves and be healed. When you are who you are meant to be and you allow yourself to be who you are, that is a true healing. And with that, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. And if this lesson didn't come to you as a lesson today, don't worry. It'll come around again. Love and light.